All right, guys, welcome back. I am Jake Ellenbogen, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not Coleman Shelton could be back for the Rams, and not only that, he could be starting. Before we dive into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Follow me on social media, and let's start this thing. So, Jourdan Rodrigue, great reporter, obviously, for The Athletic. She covers the Rams, gives us a little insight. I have some inside information that, of course, I can give out, but she's got way more than I can imagine. Obviously, she's in LA. She's more in tune. And so right now she's actually, I think she's in a meeting with Sean McVay. I'm not really sure. It's not publicized right now, so it could be just a media event. But I did check it out, on Twitter. And she had just tweeted out, Sean McVay indicated today that the Rams are trying to get something done with starting center Coleman Shelton. Shelton has the option of voiding the final year of his deal and becoming a free agent this spring. McVay, and quote, "We would really like to get him back. I would imagine that is the direction that they would potentially go. We are proactively trying to be able to get that taken care of. He is a guy we want to move forward with," end quote. So, what do we take away from that? Well, normally I would say this is a basic thing, okay? This is coach speak. This is a basic thing. You're going to say, yeah, we're interested, and then just not, maybe make the effort, maybe not, but this is different. And the reason this is different is because Shelton can opt out of his deal. He is under contract as of right now. So, normally you would think, okay, they're a free agent. Yeah, we'll try to get something done. Doesn't happen. People aren't going to complain because you said you were going to get something done, or you said you were going to try, and trying doesn't mean it's going to happen. However, with Shelton, this is different. Shelton's under contract. Shelton has not opted out yet. He still has to decide whether or not he wants to void the final year of his deal, and they want to get something done. So, here's what I'm going to say. First off, I'm not against Coleman Shelton starting next year. I like Coleman Shelton. I also am willing to admit that Coleman Shelton is 100% the weak link of this offensive line. He is. He's good in the run game. He's not great in the pass game. In pass protection, he really struggles the most in stunts. Like, when you have a guy stunting over, he needs to do a better job of communicating. Okay, he needs to do a better job of letting Dotson or letting Avila know, hey, this guy's coming over. He needs to do a better job of that. You're in the middle. You're the captain of the offensive line. You have to figure that out. So I do have an issue with that, and I think teams took advantage of that. Is he the best center that Stafford's had? To be honest with you, I don't think so. I think Brian Allen, the Super Bowl season, was the best center Stafford has had with the Rams. Obviously, Frank Ragnow for a little bit of time with the Lions. No doubt about it there. But I don't know how I feel about this. Again, I'm not against bringing him back, but I like the idea of starting Steve Avila. I like the idea of going out and getting a legit upgrade at center. And I definitely do not like the idea of paying Coleman Shelton a lot of money just to make sure he doesn't opt out. I'm okay with them giving him a slight raise. But if we're talking $8 million, I'd rather just go into the market and see what's there. I'd rather just sign Connor Williams coming off his ACL tear and just see if we can make it work. I'd rather sign Andre James. I'd rather draft somebody. I don't want to spend a ton of money on Coleman Shelton. That's what I'm going to say. Am I anti-Coleman Shelton? Absolutely not. I would not say that I'm anti-Coleman Shelton. What I would say is that I just don't find it necessary to spend top dollar on a average starter, average to below average, fringe average. He's not bad. He's not great, but he's not bad. And he has familiarity and consistency and continuity with the guys on the roster, as well as Matthew Stafford. You have to have some sort of understanding. If you're a center and you have your quarterback, you guys have to be on the same page. I do think they're on the same page. I do believe that. But I think there are better options. So I hope it's not for a ton, but it does sound to me like they want to bring him back. So, Jake, what does that mean? Well, it means that if they want to bring him back and they're going to put the effort in, Coleman Shelton is probably going to start next year. And if Coleman Shelton starts at center, Avila's staying at left guard. And Rob Havenstein is already solidified at right tackle. So you have 3 of the 5 offensive line pieces figured out. So do you run it back with the same unit as last year? I think you do. I think, not saying that's what I would do, but I think that's what they're kind of pointing to. I think they want to retain the same offensive line. Maybe this points to the idea that Kevin Dotson was going to return, and they're going to make a, big effort to bring him back. Maybe it points to the idea Alec Jackson will remain at left tackle. I don't know. What I do know is that I wouldn't rule out them drafting anybody, because they did get rid of their backup center in Brian Allen. They did do that. That is a real thing. And Tremaine Akram's a free agent. Now, they did add, some guys over the last few drafts, like, Logan Bruss, A.J. Arcuri, and, of course, my guy, Warren McClendon. My question is, where are they on Logan Bruss? I think they really like McClendon long term. Arcuri, I don't know. Bruss is interesting. Like, do they still have any sort of expectations for him, or is he just kind of like there? We'll see. The guy had a lot of talent. I'm not going to say he didn't. He tore his ACL his rookie year, so it held him back. I'm really curious to see what he does in camp this year. But does that mean I'm curious to see if he's a starter? No. I'm just curious to see how well, what he is. And Joe Nopum's still on the roster. Whether they decide to move on from him or not, I don't know. They moved on from Brian Allen yesterday. So if they bring back Coleman Shelton, it points to the idea that they're likely going to bring back and retain the offensive line. Now, would they draft anybody in the first round, second round, third round? I think it's possible. And I think it's possible that they retain the same offensive line as last season, and then they draft a tackle first or second round to develop to eventually take over. Wouldn't be surprised. I'll say this. This is giving me some vibes, though, I don't like. And I'm going to say it right now, and you guys probably don't know what I'm going to say. It's bringing me back to when the Rams let Austin Corbett go. Now, in theory, Austin Corbett made a lot of sense at the time, and I was probably right in that regard to be upset about him leaving. It did work out for the Rams in the end. Unfortunately, Austin Corbett's had a hard time staying healthy. However, I hated the idea of signing Brian Allen, prioritizing all these guys over Austin Corbett. I did not like that, especially focusing all your energy on Von Miller. I still think that whole offseason was ruined by Von Miller. But that's on the Rams. So, why do I bring that up? I'll tell you. I will be livid if the Rams put their attention on bringing back Coleman Shelton and let Kevin Dotson walk. I will be livid. And by the way, going back to my point that I made in a previous video, you can't let Kevin Dotson walk, folks. If you let him walk, now, no matter who you sign, you're not getting a third round or a fourth round compensatory pick for Kevin Dotson. That's gone. So if you let him walk, seriously, if you let him walk, you either don't sign anybody until, you wait until after, or you sign somebody and you lose that draft pick that you'll get next year for Dotson. I think it's a lose-lose scenario. You don't want to have to hold back signing free agents because you don't want to lose a compensatory pick. But it is reasonable on both sides. So hopefully they bring back Dotson. And hopefully when they bring back Dotson, now they feel open enough with not having top dollar free agents that are coming from their team that they can go out and actually make a move that they want to, whether that's Danielle Hunter going after, Bryce Huff, or, maybe even a safety. I don't know, but you don't want to see them strung back because they could lose a pick for losing Dotson. So that is kind of what's on my mind, and I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I have mixed feelings about this, but I thought it was important enough to make a video on it. I was actually just about to put out my JC Latham video. I can't wait for you guys to watch that. Might not put that out until 30 to 45 minutes after this drops. So that's why that didn't drop right away. But this is more pressing news. You guys seem to be more into the Rams news, although I'm not done with the draft stuff. Obviously, I'll continue doing that. But there'll be plenty of Rams content. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel. Do you think Coleman Shelton makes sense to bring back? How much do you think is enough? How much do you think is too much? Let me know. But I have mixed feelings about this. I will go on record saying that. I'm not against bringing him back. I'm not even against starting him. But I don't want them to pay him a lot of money and let a guy like Kevin Dotson walk. Those are my thoughts. Leave yours in the comment section below. Be sure to follow me on social media at JKBogan. Subscribe, like, and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, folks. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.